Hello and welcome to 2025. Oh my goodness, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and I hope your January is going well so far. Today we have just a really quick video while I talk about all of my goals and intentions and things I have planned for 2025 as far as crochet and hobbies and other things. And I also wanted to take some time to update you guys on some of my goals from last year and what happened with those. From what I can remember, a huge goal I had was to be more active on Instagram. And I would say the goal was meh. I was a little bit more active on Instagram, I would say, in 2024. I did every single day of amigurumi, which was quite the challenge, but it is still something I could get better at. Another goal I had was to crochet one Pika-Pow character and one iconic woman every month in 2024. And I got 6 of each down. Come June, things in my life really took a change. I took a lot of time off of YouTube to spend it with more time with my child. I was going through a lot of things personally, finding myself. A lot of self-discovery happened around that time. And I fell off of the making a single Pika-Pow or iconic woman character. So I got about halfway through that goal. And that's where that is. So yeah. Now, a couple of you have been asking about the book blanket. Sonnet, what happened to the book blanket? Here it is. It's right here. So last year I told myself I was going to crochet a granny square for every single book that I read in 2024, and I would then make it into a book blanket. Well, here's the thing. I started off extremely ambitious and I started making granny squares that were very decorative. This is a good example here. This was called A Grandmother Begins the Story. That is another book I finished in 2024 and there is that square. As you can see, they're all very intricate. And my goal for 2024 was to read 100 books. Well, some of these crochet squares, like this one here, would take me a day to create. And I quickly realized, I would say maybe about March, if I spent one day per book crocheting granny squares for the books that I was reading, I was quickly going to run out of time to crochet anything else. That's a lot of squares and that's a lot of time to spend on one square. So then I kind of changed my approach and started going with just basic granny squares and just changing up the colors. These are much faster, much quicker. But then once again, around June, things really took a change and I got into a pretty big reading slump, ? It really wasn't so much a reading slump as it was a fiction reading slump. So from, I would say, June to December, I only read, I want to say maybe 3 fiction books. Like I said, there was a lot going on, a lot of self-discovery that I was doing, and I read a lot of nonfiction books that were very personal. They were taking me on this journey of kind of discovering who I am at this point in my life. And due to that, they're just not titles I wanted to share with the internet. So I'm not sure yet what to do with that blanket. I might just make a little kind of blanket just to commemorate some of the books that I read. But I do plan to do a new book blanket in 2025. I know I'm crazy. I didn't do it last year. And so what am I going to do? Add it to my New Year's resolution again this year. I have set a goal of 75 books this year. So I am slowly kind of getting back into reading fiction again. The nonfiction stuff is kind of falling to the side now that I kind of know the path that I'm going to take currently in my life. And I would like to have a book blanket. I really would. So 2025, there is going to be a book blanket. Instead of the really detailed, crazy, take you a day granny squares, we are going to just do simple granny squares. They're all going to be the same exact pattern. They're just going to be the different colors that represent the book covers. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to see book blanket videos, let me know. So I always like to set multiple goals for myself at the new year. And this year, I have only a couple. I decided not to stress myself out too badly with goals and resolutions this year, but I do have a couple things that I want to achieve. First and foremost, I want to introduce the book content again, somehow, some way throughout social media. That's kind of the reason I actually started this channel, was to talk about books. And it slowly then kind of morphed into more of the crochet stuff, since obviously crochet is such a big part of my life. But I do miss the book content that I used to do, and I miss talking about books that I've been reading with you guys, and I miss having that conversation with everyone. So I'm not sure quite how I'm going to introduce that. Obviously, the crochet content is going to be the main focus of the channel, but you might see some bookish content here and there just because it is so important to me and I love to talk about it. And I really only have one other resolution this year, and that is I want to start publishing my own crochet patterns. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I think about publishing and selling or having free crochet patterns, it is very scary. I'm constantly questioning myself, am I good enough to come up with my own patterns? Am I good enough to publish these patterns out there for everybody? I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not creative enough to do that. And I want to stop thinking that way. And even though it might be a little intimidating too, I want to publish some of my own patterns in 2025. Whether that's 1 or 10, I'm not sure. I just want it to be a goal that I can start getting my ideas out there, as well as still enjoy all of the other wonderful designers that obviously I love to crochet from. Obviously, this is a goal that's going to take a bit of time, so don't expect a new pattern to be released tomorrow, but keep an eye out. I may start having some patterns available eventually in 2025. That's the goal. And really, the only other goals I have for 2025 are to continue to create here on YouTube. I want to continue to stream over on Twitch and continue to grow my skills with crocheting, continue to build an amazing community of kind and wonderful and supportive crocheters and crafters and fiber artists. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, a big goal that I have for 2025 is to do more selfish crocheting. I crochet a lot for other people, for commissions, for craft markets. Over the holiday season, I decided to take time and crochet things I want, things for me. I'm currently making a shawl. I made some bandanas. I'm going to be making a shrug soon and a sweater. I want there to be more selfish crochet that I crochet for me alone, not for YouTube, not for craft fairs, not for commissions. Does that make sense? More selfish crocheting in 2025. But yeah, really not much is going to change here on the channel. Still going to be doing my amigurumi book reviews. Still going to be doing pattern roundups since you guys love those. If you have any other ideas for videos that you would like to see, please drop those suggestions down in the comments. I love to read and chat with you guys down there. And let me know, as far as the book content goes, do you think I should include that back on this channel too? Or should I start a new channel, smaller channel, where we just talk about books? Because I really do love it and I don't want it to impose on the crochet, but we'll see where 2025 takes us. But that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you so much. You are so wonderful. I hope you have a fantastic 2025 and I will see you all a little later. Bye everybody.